Hi, this is Tim Commuti. Today I'm demonstrating a feature I designed for SchedgeMe that's used to generate a booking calendar that's placed on a website. SchedgeMe is an appointment management tool that lets clients book a business's services online, and they do this through a booking calendar that's placed on a website or a blog. I'll show you an example of a booking calendar with one that already exists in the system. So for instance, let's look at this preview. Or here is another version. Anyway, let's move on to making a new one by clicking the New Booking Calendar. You see the interface changes. I keep the same pattern with a primary panel and a secondary panel, which hasn't been filled in yet. And you'll see I present the user with a choice that they have to make to get started. Select a booking calendar type. If you'll notice, the other options are not yet available. So I give them a brief description of each choice, each kind of booking calendar and what it's good for. And let's, in this instance, go with the 2-column. Once I've clicked it, see the secondary panel comes alive. I see a brief preview of what the 2-column will look like, and my other options have now become available. I chose an accordion for simplicity so that the user can only work on one thing at a time. So I've chosen my 2-column. Now, optionally, I want to choose a theme. So let's say I can explore these different options, and I'll see on the secondary panel a preview of what I will get shows up. Let's say I go with sunny and 2-column, and now I've made a further choice. When I design interfaces, I like to add a lot of little heuristic clues that let the user know exactly where they are and what they're doing without having it be in their face so much. So you'll see, right now I have the sunny theme selected, so it has an active state on the panel, and the others react when the user mouses over, but they have a little bit of a lighter sense. So I have a primary, a secondary, and a passive state here for each and every interactive element. You see I have 2-columns selected. Classic lets the user know it's available, and if they switch, they know they've gone and made a different choice. Now, if the user wants to go to advanced settings, a third panel is displayed. And the first thing I do is I say, if you're not sure what to do, you can skip these, and the calendar will work perfectly. And you'll see here, each of the advanced settings is opt-in by default. So that backs up the fact that you can just move on from here and everything will be fine. So now if I do activate one, you see it becomes in the active state, and then I can do things like choose a date to start. You'll notice that the open date, that I have a little list of everything I've chosen so far. Not only visual cues, but verbal written cues of the type that's chosen, the theme, the open date. If I want to pre-select a service, I can select, let's say, advisor meeting. And then another option is revealed if that's chosen with a specified staff, and I'll pick myself. And you see that the list adds up so that the user at every point knows what they're adding on. And if I take it off, then that disappears. So the interface, the secondary panel, is essentially a summation of everything they've chosen so far. On the primary panel are all the choices. Now that I'm satisfied with my choices, I can preview the booking calendar. Now, or actually at any time I do changes, which allows me to experiment and view not only the preview here, but the real deal before I do something like save. And then go and get the code. Well, in summary, I presented a user interface that allows users to accomplish a complex task in a simple step-by-step manner that responds to their input. In it, I incorporate a 2-panel grid where I consistently offer selections in the left panel and the results of those selections in the right. I rely heavily on heuristic elements and things like revealing options that follow the user's actions. And finally, I offer them real-time preview as well as visual and written summary of what they've built before they finalize and finish the task. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough. Thanks for listening and take care.